Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money. Do you have your instant coffee on? Doesn't have to be instant. It could be regular. It could be tea. It could be water. It could be juice. Or it could be just you just kicking back and just like slowly waking up. That's totally okay. How's everybody doing today? Hope that this audio video finds everybody doing well. Now, I want to talk to you today about something that I think is really, really important. And the great news is that this is something we can do over time. I don't know about you, but I am not a fan of being overwhelmed. I'm not a fan of being overwhelmed and hit by so many things. Now, we're going to talk today about one of the most basic necessities in life, and that is the ability to get to the grocery store. Listen, every single month is different. I don't care what your income is, because sometimes your income could be totally exactly the same every month, but that doesn't mean that your outgo is exactly the same every month. So there are months that you may get caught short. And let's be honest, were there ever any months where, well, you had to dip your money and remove some of that grocery funds out to pay off a bill? You know what I'm saying? It might have happened to almost every single body that is listening to this broadcast. Now, I learned this, and I learned this trick a little while back. Let me go get me my sip of instant coffee. What are you drinking today? Hang on. Ah, there you go. Love my morning cup of Joe. And I love talking to you in the morning too. But this is really, really important. Two things. I don't like being overwhelmed, and I do not like being in a position where I can't get the most basic items of all at the grocery store. Let's be real here. People need groceries. And it's not just about food groceries, too. We're talking about like things like toothpaste, essentials like that soap, bathroom paper, things of that nature, shampoo. These are important groceries. These are part of real life. But what can we do about it now? Oftentimes on my videos, we talk about stockpiling and getting ahead. And I will always, always, always recommend that if you take a couple bucks every single grocery haul and put something away, then you can, slowly but surely and steadily build up your stockpile. It's all about consistency, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about something completely different. Now, we have calendar months, and guess what? Like I mentioned on yesterday's show, and if you didn't have an opportunity to hear the first broadcast, I strongly suggest you go back to it. On yesterday's show, I mentioned about how time is going to go by no matter what happens. Time is going to go by. That's just a fact of life. It just certainly will go by. But listen, here's what we could do. We could take that valuable time and do some things ahead of the game. I figured something out that if a person is in a pinch, even if somebody, let's just say that a person was in a serious pinch and really needed to buy groceries, I guarantee you that if somebody, like a friend, gave that person $100, that other person running to the grocery store would find a gazillion ways to stretch that $100 as much as possible. Well, we don't want that to happen to anyone, and we don't want anyone to have to go to anybody for $100. Therefore, the person you're going to go to for that emergency grocery $100 is going to be you, the listener. Okay. How can you do that? Very, very easily. Let's rewind the video here, the mental video or the audio, whatever way you want to look at it in your mind's eye. The previous month, why not consider? Try this as a challenge. This sounds crazy, but actually it works. Try a self challenge. Well, what do you mean self challenge? Okay, take this month, okay, and try to save $3 every single day. Well, what good is that going to do? Excuse me, but $3 times 31 is $93. Well, how am I going to do that? Oh, let me count the ways. You see, that's the problem. A lot of people do not realize that $3 can easily slip through the cracks every single day. So let's try 1 week out of the calendar month of the challenge. And by the way, why do you want the $93 to hold for emergency groceries? Have an emergency fund for groceries only, nothing else. You do not want to be caught short not having grocery money. And even if things are really that bad for you, I'm just talking plain, talking true. If things are that tough for you and you are in the process of applying for help to, supplement your grocery money, there is still a period of time where people probably need to wait a little while before those things become into effect. I mean, there's a period of time you don't want to be caught short without the money to go to the grocery store. So I'm strongly suggesting for anyone in this listening range to consider an emergency fund. And we always talk about regular emergency funds, which I will talk about later on during this time. But today I'm specifying create a microcosmic, a minuscule, baby, little, ittle emergency fund for groceries, even if it's at the $50 to $100 level. You do not want to be caught short. Okay, so here's what I strongly suggest going back to that challenge. The previous month, let's say you want to start on the calendar month, July 1st, okay? Being the next month that'll be coming up. Find little ways to save $3. Let's say 1 week out of the month of July that you will not, that just for 7 days out of July, you will always bring your lunch to work. What? Yes, you will always bring your own lunch to work. Now, okay, now let's think about this for a second. If the average person spends, and this is being conservative, are you drinking your coffee while I'm telling you this? Or are you getting the eggs on with the toast? Okay, listen. While you're cooking those eggs, maybe decide to boil a few and make some egg salad for lunch and not spend $7. You see where I'm going with this? Now, I'm only asking you to do this for 1 week as far as the eating lunch or taking your lunch from home. I think this is totally feasible and totally possible. It is not the big deal that some people think it is, okay? I believe that a lot of people go to quote, end of quote, outside lunches. Why? Because they are embarrassed to say to their coworkers, I'm going to take my own lunch. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, you got to worry about your roof. You got to worry about your kids. You got to worry about the food on your table. No offense to your wonderful coworkers. I'm sure they're lovely, but you cannot always say yes. Sometimes no is a very convenient word. And we all have to get out of the habit of being too afraid to say no because of being embarrassed. That is just ridiculous. So I'm only asking. Here is one suggestion. Just 1 week out of July, take your lunch to work. If you spend an average of, let's say, $7 a day on outside lunch, 5 times 7 is 35 bucks. Right off the bat, you just saved $35 to put towards your what? Emergency grocery fund. And you got to you could even get a fancy envelope, put it in a special jar. I don't care if you highlight the thing, draw pictures on it. All jokes aside, when things are really tough, okay, just put it away. So let's take 1 week out of the month of July. The next week out of the month of July, you're going to decide this is the week I refuse to buy outside coffee. You mean bring my own coffee? Yeah, the world will not fall apart, or just skip coffee, or just drink tap water Monday through Friday. Now, let's be conservative here. Let's say that, and I'm being really conservative here. Let's say that outside coffee is $3. 5 times $3 is $15. You can add that $15 to the $35 you already saved on the lunch. Do you see where I'm going with this? The truth be told, I'm laughing and making light of it, but at the end of the day, did this ever happen to anybody out there? Let me get another sip because this is important. Hang on. Okay. Man, that's good coffee. Anyway, and I love knowing that I paid about what, a nickel for it? I'll take 5-cent coffee over $3 coffee any day. Anyway, all right. Now let's think about this. Really, like, dialing it back a minute. I digress. Okay. Now let's consider this for a minute. Things, a month comes by, totally unexpected events, totally expensive things come up. Let's pretend that you did complete that challenge and you did achieve, let's say, the goal to save just $100 in a month, not forever, just 1 month. You seal that envelope, you put it away. You quote, end of quote, said it, and then you forget it. Okay, put it away. Then comes a terrible, tough month, right? And then you scratch in your head, and, gee, what am I going to do? I got to get those groceries, or I didn't know that this was going to happen. Unexpected short-term illness. It threw me off a few days, and then the light bulb goes off. Wait a minute. What about the $100 that you save for groceries? That $100, my dear, is going to feel like $1,000 to you. See where I'm going with this? And to me and to you, just knowing that you did that. Everybody deserves a pat on the back for trying and for doing it. So we're just talking about the teensy tiny grocery money emergency fund. Honestly, I believe every single household, and with the prices the way they are lately, yeah, yeah, just saying. So find ways where you could do it. I know you can. Hey, who's up for the challenge? Let me know in the comments section below. By the way, if anybody found value in this video, please be kind enough to smash down the like button. I really, really do appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to share my videos if you think it may help someone. I do appreciate it. Anyway, have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care, everybody. Have a happy day. Bye-bye.